time, definitely you will learn a lot from here. You will definitely entertain yourself from various things which we do in our club meeting. Now moving on to our next guest, can you please your good name?
Chandan Rai. Chandan Rai.
Chandan, right. So can you please come on stage?
Hello everyone, good morning. So I'm Chandan Rai. I come from Greater NOIDA West, and I'm working as a software development manager in one of the companies based in Tampa, Florida, but I'm also here in NOIDA 62 itself. My primary goal is to, as you mentioned, the core pillars of the core values of Toastmasters. So, abiding by those core principles, we want to build up our strength so that we can leverage those core values and embolden ourselves to grab the opportunities that lies before us. So that so this is my second session. I hope to continue and I hope to enjoy a lot. And in the last session also, we had a very fruitful session and we all enjoyed. And they're very insightful. There were bookmarks also. So the topic was very interesting. And building on that one, I think I will get a lot from this kind of thing.
Thanks, Chandan. And definitely you will learn a lot from here. And once you become the official member of Toastmasters Club, try to become the official member so that you can start your Toastmasters journey, right? And for that, you may contact our vice president membership, Nepal, or right now he is not here. You can contact me or any from member. Right. Moving on to our next guest, your good name?
Present.
Faisal. Faisal, can you please come on stage and share your meeting expectation and your view on your account?
My name is Faisal Sami. Basically, I'm from Maryland and I'm working here as a fitness trainer. Actually, I just want to improve my communication skill and public speaking. That's why I come here. One of my clients heard me. So that's why I came here. I was nothing anywhere to improve my communication skill, and I have been working on my English, but I don't think so that I'm improving. And this environment I want. I think I can improve from here. I can learn from here many things. I think that's it.
This is the first time we are hearing from someone who is a fitness trainer. Otherwise, we have people from different professions, corporate, learner, teachers, software engineers, managers. But this is the first time we are hearing from the fitness trainer. Please give a big round of applause for Faisal because he has come, and let's see how meeting unfolds. Moving on to our next guest. Do we have any more guests over here? No. That's all. Okay, so now it's time to invite the Toastmaster of the day with the theme. What is the theme? Calmness?
Calmness.
Okay. Calmness, the cradle of power, something like that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So before I invite Toastmaster of the day, let me briefly introduce him. I don't have any formal introduction, but as far as I know, so Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster, two-time distinguished Toastmaster, DTF Abhijit, is also a president of NOIDA Plus Toastmasters Club. And as far as Toastmaster is concerned, he has had various leadership roles and he has experience of 8 years in Toastmasters, I think 8+ years. Not only as a club officer, as a division officer, district officer, so he has played various roles, not only in District 124, but prior to that District 41 also. Apart from that, he has won various contests, be it ISC, be it table topic evaluation, or be it numerous speech contest. So he has won all at district level, area level, club level, and he has reached to the division level also. So that is the brief introduction about the Abhijit, about Toastmaster International. Personally, he is a very good friend of mine, very helpful, very appreciative in everything. Whatever we have, he is there to help. Apart from that, professionally, he is a corporate experience of more than 15 plus years, and currently he is working as a senior manager in Samsung Hub Industries. And let's hear it from Toastmaster Abhijit now, what he has to say about calmness, the cradle of power. So with a huge round of applause, let's invite distinguished Toastmaster Abhijit on stage. Medium Abhijit, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I personally feel that you got a bit emotional. Do you think so? When Toastmaster Avinash was giving his introduction. But never mind, I have a wonderful team today. Toastmaster Avinash last Sunday reached out to me and said, Abhijit, why don't you take up the role of Toastmaster of the day? Right? So, coming on stage and delivering a speech is much easier. Doing a evaluation is even much more easier. And table topics, well, I don't even have to think, it's all in front. But when it comes to taking up the role of Toastmaster of the day and taking the lead to host the entire session, it takes a lot. And I was equally scared, and because of the fact that what topic should I be coming up with so that I can keep all the audience, all the members involved, I thought, let me bring something which is the need of the hour. Talk something about stress management. In our day-to-day life, we come across a lot of situations, be it in our professional careers or in our personal life, where there's a lot which kind of bothers us, and that is stress. And because of stress, we witness that a lot of times we have a lot of problems in our health conditions deteriorate. We are not able to behave properly with our family members. At work, we become a little lazy. We sometimes trip over not getting good appraisals. But then, what is more important is that out of everything that we witness through stress, I felt calmness is the one which is the most important factor. And that is the reason why there is a tagline called the cradle of power along with calmness. So whenever you witness stress, whenever you face any kind of difficulty or challenge, be calm. That is the sole mantra of any individual that we should all have. Now, I'll keep the entire session engaging. I want people to do some activity, interact, so that it becomes more interesting for everyone. So I'll ask questions before I even deep dive into what is the need of staying calm. How many of you in this room, be honest, mention that you are not stressful? Everybody has stress? Raise your hands. Somebody's not raising hands. Pranjal, you are not. We are only doing this. It's a little stressful. Okay. He's a little stressful.
He's a bachelor.
Okay.
He's a bachelor.
Sati, you have stress in your life?
I have stress.
Yes.
A lot of stress.
Okay. But he goes and plays golf every Saturday to release his stress. So I think so you can raise your hands as well. And that was the
That's a
question.
stress buster.
That is a stress buster. When? Okay. So I saw everybody raise your hands except for Pranjal, who raised only half his hand. So the first question goes to Pranjal as to what is that you do to lower this in case if you have that stress. What is that you do? You play the piano, that is something we all know. Anything more than that?
I talk to my friends.
Talking to your friends, that doesn't relieve stress.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can go on a long walk, long journey, car ride, bike ride.
Bike riding, going on a walk. Yes. Take a few examples with Pranjal said. Tony, what is your stress reliever? What do you do?
I just sleep and then I think that when I wake up, I'll handle it. So the
Sleep
first,
is one other aspect of relieving stress. Manoj,
Read or watching TV.
watching TV or take deep breaths. Okay. Anvita,
I meditate.
meditate. Perform magic as well.
20 minutes of meditation. That's the magic in itself.
That's the
Meditation
magic.
works for me.
Yes. Meditation is a very important factor to curb stress. Because when you are meditating, what normally happens is you are keeping all the negativities aside, you're keeping all your family members aside, your focus is only on your inner soul, and you are just thinking of only yourself, of the inner peace that you want to bring it onto yourself. And that is the reason why a lot of times people are being asked to do meditation whenever they are in stress. Chetan, what's your take? Listening to instrumental music, okay? What about you, Amanpreet? What do you do? I know you certainly have very stressful life being a practicing advocate. Yes, that's the
There are too many drafting and too many reading. So, but the more that I do, the more relief I experience.
Okay, one question to you, Amanpreet. Do you have cases in your hand where you bring the people on the injection box? Do you have cases, do you face cases,
Yes.
real cases where you have those people who are being accused to bring it on their injection box? So when you win a case, do you feel stress free? Shivani, what is your stress free moment?
Talking to my best friend and sleep.
Sleeping and talking to your best friend. Any guests from out there? Chandan?
So, in case of stress, I generally do breathing, like the stress, and also you can change in different like how the root cause of the stress is what, like expectations, unmet expectations. So, if you like reason and like if you remind yourself of Gita Sahib, let's say, then it will reduce the stress because that is the fundamental thing that feels like.
Akshita?
Taking a walk,
Taking a walk.
exercising, and working on the root cause.
Kavya?
Talking to my family and listening
Talking to your family face to face or over the call?
face.
Face to face. What about you, Nitin?
I used to talk with my son and play with him also. So it's easy stress.
And I believe that sometimes you prefer munching also. When you are in stress, you prefer munching also.
Stress eating.
Stress eating. Okay. Munching is something, I'm not sure about that because I've never tried it doing it. But then it probably makes
Stress
sense.
eating is.
So these are all things that we all have mentioned. Saurabh, you would like to share? Music, I think music is part of it.
The thing is music. Second thing is like I go to gym.
You go to gym. Okay. So gymming taking care of your health through meditation, through sleep, going to the gym are factors which keeps you stress free. Now these are all that what you all mentioned by yourself. These are all positive ways of keeping yourself handling stress. Now there are a lot of people, not just a handful of people, who say that there are other means of handling stress. Right? But those are negative ways of handling stress. What is that?
Drinking.
Alcohol.
I was just being sober. I did not want to disclose that, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. Actually,
What is it?
like
Overthinking.
no, not overthinking. Drinking.
Not drinking.
Drinking and smoking, yes. A lot of I personally witnessed few friends of mine who kind of goes out to smoke every 30 minutes and then come back and say, oh, I'm now kind of relaxed, stress free. But that's not everything, right? That's building on more stress because at some point in time, if your health is not to the best of the interest of your and you struggle, what happens? You again become stressful. So the last resort of people claiming it, those are falsified ways of mentioning that it reduces stress. Alcohol, drinking, sorry, before I say drinking, smoking, or for that matter, sitting at one corner. Because a lot of times when you say that, oh, leave me alone, I want to be stressed, I'm doing a lot of stress, please leave me alone. You don't talk to your family members, you don't talk to your family, friends, you keep your phone aside, you're at one corner of the room trying to be isolating yourself from everything. That's not a solution. When you are in stress, has to be a dopamine inside you which has to be released. And how that you can release it? Through the way of sharing it. sharing it with your friends, family, or anyone. How many of you have kids in the room? Talking to kids, playing with them is again, it's a very stress-free moment. Yeah.
Depends on their age.
Depending on
Below
some,
13,
I
yes.
think Sapna has a different
13 to 19, not very much.
Sapna, you have some other opinion to
Yeah,
share?
yeah, yeah. Like talking to kids will increase my stress level. So this is not an
It's
option.
true.
Some, yes.
Yes.
But I'm very sure that when you are even more younger,
Yes.
things would happen. When they
It's
grow up,
very true.
sometimes a lot of your parents witness that the children become a little notorious.
I am just a 14 years old son, and trust me, talking to him brings me more stress. Whenever I talk to him, it
I
brings
said
me
the
more
age
stress.
13 to 19 gives you more stress.
Okay, fair. So what we would eventually do is we have understood the core essence of what reduces stress and what does not reduce stress. So we'll do a quick activity, and I would want everybody to stand up. You can probably take one step forward, so that you don't bang yourself against the chairs that you are already there. So we'll do a quick exercise, and let me know very honestly whether that exercise really helped. Okay?
It is already helpful. I have a speech today, so I was a little stressed.
Okay. Fair enough. So what I would do is, I will, when I say hands up, you will raise your hand. Okay. When I say hands on the hip, you will do like this. Okay. Hands on your shoulders, you will do like this. Okay. Hands in front, you will do like this. Okay. And then when I say laugh, you have to laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. LON. Not the small smile or the giggles, but really laughing out loud. Okay. You have to do this without fail. Rajan, you can actually come somewhere and go and stand in the middle. I want to see you.
We want to see that.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
More than the activity, you have to be mindful about what I saying, because it will not be in order. It will be in a randomizing format, and I would want everybody to be active listeners, because obviously I want to give you topic for that. This is not a session, but yes, then that's what we are. Are we set, Ranjan?
Yes.
Shoulders, hands on the shoulder, hands on the hips, hands up, hands down, hands in the front, laugh out loud. Hands on the shoulders, hands up, hands at the front, hands down, hands on the shoulders, laugh out loud. Hands on the hips, hands on the eyes. For 30 seconds. And on the eyes. Hands on the front. Hands up. Hands on the shoulders. Hands on the hip. Laugh out loud. Thank you so much. This is the first small activity normally I thought of doing it. So the reason for letting everybody start with an activity. How many of you really felt? Don't have to really please me, but ask yourself, touch your heart and say that yes, you felt slightly better than what you were feeling before the activity.
Yes.
Yes.
20%.
20%.
20%. That 20% still works, helps me get in mind, because I'll say that I am not a coach, but I'm still trying to build that within myself. If I can be, because I do it as a practice. I find motivation in that. But having said this, there are a lot more which we will continue doing it. But to let everybody understand, including the guests, the structure of today's meeting. The structure of today's meeting goes like this. We have 4 prepared speeches, followed by impromptu session, which is called as table topics, where members as well as guests can participate. And finally, it will be the general evaluation segment, where the general evaluator, along with her team, will be coming forward and be presenting the overall meeting report as to what best practices that have been followed in the meeting and any lessons learned that the club and the members can take away for improvement in the future meetings. As we said that we have 4 speakers, we also have 4 speech evaluators who will be giving feedback on the respective speeches that has been witnessed. But before that, I would like to introduce you to the general evaluator. As I said that the person would be giving the overall feedback on the meeting, how it went. And to introduce our general evaluator, we have somebody in the room who has been a very dynamic individual. This person has been so committed towards taking the center stage and delivering speeches that she has almost moved to completing 30 speeches, which is 2-part completion and record time of 6 months, probably even less than that. And now she has moved into the 3rd part. Whenever you reach out to her, she's equally committed, she's equally passionate about taking up roles, helping each other. She has taken stage to not just create that vibrancy, that ambience in each one of us, but at the same time now she is officially declared as the magician of not just NOIDA Toastmasters Club but the entire of District 124 Toastmasters fraternity. So welcoming on stage to create some magic and calmness, Toastmaster Anandita. Let's have a big round of applause to welcome Toastmaster Anandita and the
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhijit. Good morning to you, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, fellow Toastmasters. And since the theme of this meeting is calmness, which is the cradle of power, so I'll dial back the energy a notch down and continue with this momentum, respecting the theme of the day. Now, fellow Toastmasters, let's imagine a scene where we've come to a Toastmasters meeting, but it has no general evaluator, no tag team, no timer, R counter, Bavarian, and none of the 4 evaluators. All come, deliver speeches, speak, and go back home. How would you all feel? Give me one word.
Directionless.
Anyone else?
Calm.
You would definitely feel calm, but somewhere you would all feel slightly cheated. Yes, the word I used is cheated. That we came for a meeting, we spoke, and that's it. What after that? Why was there no evaluation? How do we know that where are the areas of improvement? So this segment, the 3rd segment, the general evaluator segment, is one of the most important segments of Toastmasters, and which is why we join Toastmasters, because we need people to assess us so that they give us constructive feedback where we can improve our next speech or our next meeting. Please remember, in Toastmasters, we never audit any specific person or a group of people. We only audit and assess their speech and the processes for that day and that meeting. So as your process auditor for today, for this meeting's flow, I am your general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Anandita Sam, and I will be assisted in my general evaluation by a very able team called the tag team. T being the timer, A being the R counter, and G being the Bavarian. So I'll take this opportunity to call the timer of the day today, Toastmaster Kavya, on stage to please explain her role in today's meeting. Toastmaster Kavya. Toastmaster Kavya, please.
Imagine you have given a speech and you believe that it was an award-winning speech. The audience applaud for that. But you are waiting for result at your seat, but you couldn't make it. The reason, you are out of time. For that, today, I am helping you to be on time. I am your timer. There are three segments. First is prepared speech. Second is evaluation, and third is table topic master. For prepared speeches, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5, I will raise the green card. At 6, I will raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. For table topics, their time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. At first minute, I will raise the green card. At second minute, I will raise the yellow. And at 1.5, I will raise the yellow. And at second minute, I will raise the red card. And next, we have the evaluation. For evaluation, the time limit is 2 to 3. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2.5, I will raise the yellow card. And at third minute, I will raise the red card. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kavya. Well, time and tide, wait for no one, they say. So it's Toastmaster Kavya's role to assess that we all maintain the Toastmaster stipulated timings for all our speeches. Next, I would like to call on stage our counter of the day, Toastmaster Shivani Kamal.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today I have the role of a counter. For that, I will count all the filler words like you know, like, and others that might occur during the meeting. And at the end of the meeting, I will share my result. Thank you.
I would like to now call on the Grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Anupam, who will also give us the word and the phrase of the day and explain what it does.
How many of you think that grammar is more essential part in the speech? But I think it's a very minimal time marks in the evaluation. I am a grammarian of the day, and only the 5 marks out of 100 is for the grammar in the Toastmaster evaluation. So I am amazed that I am afraid to come into stage that grammar is not my piece of cake. So now the vocabulary, word of uses, word articulation is most important. So I will be judging that. And as I told that, word of the day is serenity. It's a calmness. It's only our today theme. And the phrase of the day is piece of cake. I have already used it. So when you use it, so we need to phrase of the day, 2 thumbs up. And when we are using the word of the day, 1 thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much.
Next, I would like to call upon on stage a very important role player. Now, how many of you actually listen? How many of us, not how many of them, including myself, how many of us, we hear a lot of things. Our spouse saying something, our children saying a lot of things, our bosses saying this, parents saying something. We hear everyone, but do we actually listen? And what is the difference between hearing and listening? That will be explained by a very important role player, Toastmaster Amanpreet, who is our active listener of the day today. Toastmaster.
Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests.
Good morning.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good morning.
Try once again. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests.
Good morning.
Today I have the honor of serving as a active listener for this meeting. Active listening is not about what a speaker says. It's not about what the speaker says. It's about understanding, remembering, and keep the essence of their speaking with you. Today, I encourage each of you to pay close attention towards each and every speech which will be delivered by the postmaster and speaker. At the end of the meeting, I will ask some interesting questions to all of you. I will put some questions before you, and you have to answer. And those who will give the right answer will get the gift, a small gift for my side, for this club side. So best of luck for your listening. So Laurie, I hand over my statement to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. That was a very comprehensive explanation. And now, I would like to call upon our joke master of the day, which is Toastmaster Prem Bhatt, to lighten the tone of today's meeting a little further. Toastmaster Prem.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to start with a disclaimer. Else Sa would fire me from this meeting. So this is the disclaimer. The following speech contains high level of sarcasm, mild emotion damage, and one sweet-looking evaluator who turned out to be more dangerous than she looked. Viewer discretion is advised. So let me start. You know, when I first joined Toastmaster, I thought, wow, this is going to be such a supportive environment. I pictured smiling face, encouraging notes, maybe even someone saying, you are a natural. Maybe he said, that person. Yes, you. Reality, I gave my icebreaker, and then my evaluator, where is she? She's not here. I'm safe, by the way. She politely roasted me like this. She smiled and said, you spoke too fast, but also a bit slow at times. You moved around, but maybe stood too still. Great energy, but try to tone it down or maybe up. By the end of it, I was not sure if I would just deliver a speech or survive a gentle interrogation. And just when I thought it was over, the timer flashed the red card like I have committed a speech crime. That's when I realized public speaking is a great way to express yourself. Unless you are at Toastmaster, then it's a great way to get professionally roasted by one kind evaluator and a timekeeper who thinks they are a referee. Thank you so much from my end.
Thank you. And on that note, fellow Toastmasters, let's proceed further with our meeting flow, and I will come back with my general evaluators report, where we will be evaluating all the 4 speakers' speeches, and I will be calling the respective evaluators one by one in segment 3 of this meeting. With that, I hand over the stage to our team out of the day, DT.
For introducing your role as a general evaluator as well as a tag team. So let's stay calm, let's stay composed, and have the cradle of power within ourselves and start the first segment of the meeting today, that is the prepared speech segment. As you said, that we have 4 great speakers and great evaluations to be encountered towards the end of the meeting. Our first speaker we have is Toastmaster Jyoti. Before I invite Toastmaster Jyoti on the stage, I would like to call on her evaluator, Toastmaster Pulkit, on the stage to introduce the speech objective. Toastmaster Pulkit.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster, our Toastmaster of the day. So, upcoming speaker is going to deliver the level 3, project 1, from the pathway persuasive influence, persuasive speaking. Okay, it's a level 3 project 1 speech, and the title of the project is persuasive speaking. The pathway is presentation mastery. The time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Green at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7. If I may read out the project statement, it is for the member to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. I hope a persuasive speech, there is a heart. I wish her all the best. Over to you. Distinguished Toastmaster, Pavji sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pulkit. And Madam Time, Toastmaster Kavya, please keep to the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Welcoming on stage, very charming and very sincere speaker, Toastmaster Moti on the stage. With a big round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Jyoti. Unclaimed chances, Toastmaster.
Has it ever happened to you that you look back in the past and wonder, I wish I would have done that? Or maybe I should not have missed out on that opportunity. How silly it was looking like at that point of time. I come from a very humble background and I was never exposed to fashion. I was never exposed to handling compliments as well. Any hint of fashion, any hint of compliment, and my siblings, my friends, and my family will embarrass me for the rest of the day. But independence, financial independence, gives you a lot of perspective in life. And for the first time, when I moved to Hyderabad for my first job, I started putting my energy in everything related to fashion, be it that, be it clothes, shoes, and everything. And I was enjoying that phase thoroughly. And oh boy, I was loyal. I used to go to my office gym after my work hours. And one day, one guy approached me there. He asked me if I can talk to you. I said, okay, great. Yeah, please go ahead. Then he started introducing himself and he said that I also work in tech. I also like to pursue my passion of filmmaking along with my work. I said, yeah, okay, go ahead, great going. Then he told me that I make short movies and for last couple of weeks, I'm looking for somebody who could play the lead role. Now I got confused. Is he talking to me? I looked to my left and then looked to my right, and I was just wondering if actually this is happening to me, or maybe I am just standing in the field and he wanted to talk to somebody who is actually at my back, standing behind my back. I was engrossed in my thought, and then he said, I and my entire team has been noticing you from last couple of weeks, and I think you fit the profile, and we would like to offer you the role for that short movie. I was so confused. I told you, right? I didn't know how to take the compliments. And for few seconds, I didn't even utter a single word. And when I said, I blurted that no, I don't fit the profile because I don't speak the language Telugu. And the director, he very excitedly intervened and said, exactly my point. He again started explaining the synopsis of the movie, and he said, the protagonist, she was born in Hyderabad, moved along with the family out of India, and then now she's coming back after so many years along with the family to attend a family function, and there she will meet the love of her life, and she'll fall in love. I said, okay. I was again so surprised that it was happening to me. Tech Mahindra had 3,000 employees at that point of time. 35 to 40% of them were female, and I was the closest one. With that thought, I said, give me some time. Let me just think it through because I can't commit on anything back on it. I took that time, and then we agreed that we meet after a couple of days. With that excitement, with that opportunity that I have just gotten, I went. I was really excited. Then I thought that I should share it with my friends. But I think my friends were like me only. They did everything in their capacity to pull me down. They told me, one of them told me, you, why would somebody choose you? And with that remark, my confidence was all-time low. But then, after a couple of days, the director called and he wanted to call me for the discussion. I was really excited for those couple of days. I was nervous also. I wanted to take that opportunity, but skeptical about the shooting location as it was outdoors. I still went for the discussion, and when I went there, he asked me, "Have you decided it yet?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "What's your response then?" And I said, "No, I can't do that." He tried to listen me. He tried to talk me through it, and I said, "I cannot do that." That was my once in a lifetime opportunity, and I could not take that. For me, it was easier to be the part of the crowd and not to have something of my own. It was easier for me to be a shell and not explore and experiment in my life. It took me really long time to understand and to believe that even I deserve better, that I even need to explore and experiment. I was thinking that I was not enough, ever. So I would say that to everybody, that whenever you get any opportunity, grab it with both the hands, because might be some of them are once in a lifetime opportunity. It is not in, it should not be someone else's capacity to think and believe that you are not enough. For that reason, I would say that next time somebody call you on stage for maybe an introduction or for maybe a impromptu speech, and somebody asks you to take part in competition, or maybe rather ask you for a movie, just take that opportunity. Because had it been a simple yes at that point of time, I would have been giving you a different story altogether with the topic as claim the chances. I would want you to take that opportunity so that in future you don't say, "I wish I would have done that." Thank you so much.
Wonderful speech. Moving on to the next speech that we are going to be witnessing, that is of the speaker whose project guidelines is going to be shared by our second evaluator, Toastmaster Avinash. So I welcome Toastmaster Avinash to set the guidelines as well as the project objectives of the speaker number 2.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good morning.
So our second speaker, Toastmaster Nitin Garg, will deliver his fourth speech of Pathway Presentation Mastery, Level 1, Project 4. And let me read out the purpose statement. This is the first time someone has handed out the printed copy of evaluation form. Otherwise, we have to read out from the PDF file which we received. So the purpose of Toastmasters within speech is practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Timer may please note that time limit is for 5 to 7 minutes. And with that, I wish all the best to Toastmaster Nitin for today's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of Service.
Thank you, Mr. Avinash. Now I would like to welcome on stage our second speaker. The only reason why I have my phone handy right now with me is the introduction is so big that I just could not memorize it. The very first statement that he introduces himself is that he is an IITian, which by itself has been always been my dream, although I could not make it. He's a project manager working in Hitachi Energy and a fun-loving person, so am I. He joined Toastmasters very recently in the month of February, and today is going to delivering a speech. Toastmaster Nitin joined Toastmasters for improving his communication and networking skills. He loves traveling and traveled more than 20 countries. Great. His dream at least 100 countries to cover, and that is probably going to give you count. So welcoming on stage Toastmaster Nitin for his speech today. Toastmaster Nitin, my experiments with marriage Humorous
We are already laughing.
humorous insights and learning. My experiments with math, humorous insights and learning. Just one minute.
Hello everyone. How many of you know the author of the book My Experiment with Truth? Lalita?
Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi. Yes, it's Mahatma Gandhi. It's been a while since I got married, and I thought I would share my marriage experience and experiment with you and learning with you. It was a sunny day on 29th of April, way back, and it was the most challenging day of my life. My life was about to change completely because I am an introvert and my wife is extrovert. So we are pole apart. Let me ask you one question. What is the best way to know about your family member?
In what sense? In what sense you want to know?
The easiest way is just to say some words about your in-laws to your wife. She will reveal all the stories of your family. And at the end she will say, Mera muh mat khulwao. Don't force me to open my mouth. So way back when just pre-marriage discussion, my wife told that her father don't like the dowry in the marriage and he want my consent. I told I am a man of new era and I don't encourage dowry, so it's okay. After my marriage, I went to my father-in-law invited me to go with him to see the girl for my brother-in-law. There, my father-in-law asked me just start a discussion about the dowry and our demands. I was surprised. I looked at my wife. She said yes. I feel surprised and full. Then I told firmly that I'm against the dowry and I don't want to have this discussion. After that, my father-in-law managed somehow there. Then another incident was just during my pre-marriage discussion. My wife told me that if my father-in-law don't like liquor and if I need to marry with her, I need to leave the drinking. It took me 3 months to leave the drinking or to quit the drinking. After my marriage, I visited to my in-laws' house and there my father-in-law asked me, which brand of whiskey you like? He has a full cupboard with the whiskey and then I saw towards my wife, she said yes. Again I feel like I'm a fool. So here are my learnings. If you can correlate, please raise your hand, don't be shy. My first learning is the girls can handle any man and they can convince with their thought. Yes. Second learning is there are 5 words for happy married life. 2 are I apologize. 3 are you are right. Girls can manage boys can manage with a smaller clothes with a smaller luggage while going for the trip, but girls took way more. Like when I am visiting to Switzerland for my official trip, I took only 15 kg weight for a stay of 1 month. When I took my wife for a Europe tour for 1 week, our luggage total was 50 kg. The boys can manage with single dresses and they can go in multiple events with single dresses, but girls don't.
One jean 6 months,
Yeah.
unwashed.
Then another learning is like girls inspire you to focus on a single goal rather than multiple goals. That's why when you
walk with your wife and you cannot look around your other girls with her. Also, there was one incident for that. One day my wife told me that my new neighbor went to the office after kissing her wife. Why don't you do that? I told I can do that, but she will not allow me. And my last thing is, maybe everyone can correlate. Girls always ask what to cook in the dinner and lunch. But at the end, they will cook as per their choice, irrespective of your answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nitin, for that humorous speech. Next, we have our third speaker, form of Toastmaster Chetan, and to give the evaluation guidelines, we have Toastmaster Sapna. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Sapna to come forward and read out the guidelines for Toastmaster.
So today I will be evaluating Toastmasters Chetan. So he will be delivering his speech from presentation mastery project part A, level 1, project 4. The project is about evaluation and feedback. So the purpose of his speech is to just deliver his speech and listen to the evaluation carefully. Because in the next speech, he has to deliver again the same topic. His speech title is If My Work Emails Were Honest.
Thank you, Sapna, for reading out the guidelines of the speech was delivered by Toastmaster Chetan. Toastmaster Chetan is also equally a Toastmaster, but having said that, he has taken up his state to the club officer role, which is of the Sergeant Arms. And today we all witnessed him as the very first speaker on stage. Very dynamic personality, very hardworking, and very helpful, and a great asset to this club. So welcoming on stage Toastmaster Chetan. Giving my work emails were honest is my status. Is my status. If my work emails were honest.
Good morning again.
Good
Good
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning.
fellow email survivors. Have you ever noticed how much time we invest in writing an email?
Yeah.
Any guesses? What is the average time that each person takes? 20 minutes. So we keep on finding a right balance between professional, polite, passive aggressive. So today I'm here to take you through a journey of a world full of fascination of corporate communication, where what we say and what we mean are two words apart. So let's discuss the structure of an email in the way what we write and what we mean. So what's the first thing that we write in an email? Any guesses?
I hope you are doing well.
Subject line probably?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's discuss few of the subject lines where what I write a quick question, but what I mean there are exactly 7 questions, and for which I need the answers immediately, even though I had this information for 3 weeks now. Let's see another one. Following up. What I mean, I know you have not read my 3 previous emails, and now I'm reminding you for that. The third one, what I mean, where we write, any guesses? Generally what we write in subject lines? Let's move on to the next subject line. Next section of email, what we write is the opening line, where she rightly mentioned, I hope this email finds you well. But what we mean, I don't care how this email finds me, but I want something. Let's move on to the next opening line where we say, uh, just checking in. But what we mean is you are not responding to my emails, and I'm keep refreshing my inbox every 30 seconds. The third thing, what we write in an opening line, as per my previous email. But what we mean, I know you have not read my previous emails. Now I'm just reminding you again with my frustration in a conciliation mode. Let's move on to the next part of our email, which is the email body, where I write, let me know if you have any questions. But what we mean, please don't ask me any questions. I have clearly mentioned what I meant. Let's move on to the next topic of email body, which is just looping in. But what I mean, I'm just keeping an I'm just keeping a witness to document your lack of response. The third, let's discuss this over next meeting, which I mean, now this conversation needs facial impression. So with that, I conclude the email body structure, and the most fascinating thing of a Friday email you must know is when someone writes, I hope this email finds you well and we can discuss it on Monday. I let you enjoy your weekend. But what I mean is I'm just dumping this email in your inbox at 4:55 p.m. on Friday to marinate this thought throughout the weekend. So, the next time you scrouch your head while writing an email for 20 minutes, remember your colleague is also doing the same thing. While writing the emails, we are hiding our true emotions, our true thoughts behind the corporate jargon and showing pleasantries. Imagine how much time we would save if we could just be honest. But until that glorious day comes, I'll keep my words while writing best regards, while silently streaming into my coffee mug. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, Toastmaster speech. I look forward to receiving your feedback, but please don't put it over an email. Thank you. Over to you.
For your speech today. Next and the final speaker that we have today is Toastmaster Manoj, and to give the project objectives and the guidelines, we have Toastmaster Rajdeep Chauhan. I request Toastmaster Rajdeep to come onto the stage.
Toastmaster Manoj, I will be giving his level 2 presentation master project. The project talks about understanding his communication style. Specific objectives of the projects are that the member has to explain about what different communication styles are there and then identify his primary style. Part of the project is also about if the member has to share an impact, what that style can bring, what has done on him or can influence on others. I wish Toastmaster Manoj all the very best. Over to Toastmaster.
Thank you. Toastmaster Manoj is working currently with Mahindra Mobility. It's a regional zonal head. And to start off with speech, Toastmaster Manoj, I'm not rude, I'm just direct. I'm not rude, I'm just direct. So it's not wrong.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm not a rude. I'm just direct. What does it mean? It has so many meanings. Means arrogant. What is that? I'm sharing one thought or one example months back when I was discussing something with my colleague and I stayed away said this is a meeting, I think there were close to 100 people were there, online and offline put together. No, this idea won't work. And he was saying like I slept on. I realized and a matter and after that almost 2 weeks he did not speak to me. And I realized that yes, people are saying that you are so rude. But it's clearly. So my today topic is I am not a rude, just direct. So I will tell you when I realized when I was in school. One day my class teacher was explaining one poem and after finishing poem she asked students, how was that poem? Students start praising, oh so beautiful and so on and so forth. When it came to me, straight away I told it was little bit confusing with lot of metaphors. So she looked at me, that boy needs a lot of flavors. Anyway, so after that I realized when I joined my professional journey of career that I have gone for some workshop. And the output of my workshop was I am direct communicator. And it was done with SHL in 360-degree, workshop. And anagram also it has come number 8 means direct communicator. Then I realized what kind of communication style are. And I have seen there are 4 kinds of communication style. It is like an acid with S, means analytical, supportive, initiators, and direct. If I talk about analytical is something who believes on data, logic. If I talk about supportive, yes, they are, they have lot of empathy and they use, yes, I can understand how you are feeling, kind of. Initiator are fun-loving, very energetic, very caring, and believe on making so much of friends. And direct communicator are come to the point without wasting any time and focus on conclusion, kind of. But the best part is, if I talk about direct communicator, they are not wasting their time, they are more logical, and yes, they understand the feeling or emotions of others, but not exactly in the meeting. Outside meeting, yes, they understand. So, I will share a couple of examples also, how it went. It was slowly after, completing my workshop, one day my boss asked, how was your weekend? I said, it was good, and these are your reports. So, you are studying. Like, Manoj, I am asking something. Can you please be a little bit soft? Then it will be easier for you also. I said, okay. Then my mentor told me, Manoj, you have a lot of knowledge, but you are so direct. Try to, mold and start practicing something. So I focus on taking breathe and take a pause, practicing in front of mirror how I should communicate. That is quite obvious. When you are practicing, then you did mistakes also, right? And one day when I was interacting with one of my colleagues, so he was saying, sir, I have prepared this thing. I said, okay, it is good, but I think 40% or 50% work needs to be done. And again, I failed.
I felt when I was trying to develop myself for, making myself a little bit soft while I am communicating. But my mentor told me that how you should go, since you are from most of the time you have spent in automobile industry. So I will tell you basis on automobile industry. So suppose you are driving a Ferrari. Ferrari is something which is fast, focused, sleek. But at the same time, you have to see number of persons who are driving bicycle also. Riding bicycle also. They are slow, they usually wear hats, and you have to understand, don't rush and don't hit them. So I realized, then again I started working. Now the point is when you are in office, it is good, but when you are in home, it is really very bad. But I learned a lot. So one day my wife asked, I am looking without wasting any time. Oh, very beautiful, good. So my point is, you have to be very conscious. Sometimes when your wife is asking, it is not a, it is not a communication between professionals. It is a test. How you perceive her. So without wasting any time, you said yes and no analysis. So now I realize something, and over a period of time, I am spending my time on understanding, and while I am communicating, I am taking to read, understand, and if I really want to tell truth, then I will tell truth with lot of tenderness, right, backed by logic, and closing with smile. So that's how I am trying to improve myself. Thank you.
For delivering your speech. With that, we have now commenced the prepared speech session, coming back to the theme, which was calmness, victory of power. The positive affirmations that we have, the attitude that we carry towards being a better human being, it also relates to a lot with reduced stress in our lives. I'll give a live example right out here. The next segment that we're going to have is table talking. Right? A lot of people may think that today what I would be doing is I would be sitting on my chair comfortably and watching people speak, and that would be probably a learning for me. Well, that is not good enough. Let me tell you honestly, that's not good enough. Calmness is also one form where the reason for which you have come out here is to learn, is to give yourself an opportunity to explore the kind of thing that you want to fulfill, is to become a better communicator. And if you have that in mind, you have that positive that I can do it, I can come onto the stage, I can express my thoughts, I can express myself, will help you reduce a little bit of stress. Why am I saying that? It's because at one given point of time, if you do not grab hold of that opportunity, after that opportunity is already gone, you will already be stressful. The reason is that, oh, I was willing to go onto the stage, I was willing to go and take that opportunity, that chance to give a speech, to express myself, but then I was sitting in my seat and I didn't grab hold of it. It will not give you a little bit of stress out here, but once you are leaving this area, this segment, you will feel that. Always stay positive in terms of whatever you want to achieve, just go for it. Second part is, at times, if you want to be stress-free, if you want to stay calm, avoidance is another fruitful example. If you are getting into an argument and if you feel that, because arguments normally happen when there is a sender or a receiver. That is only when an argument can happen. There has to be a sender who will initiate the argument or the quarrel, and there has to be a receiver who will reciprocate. What if the other person does not reciprocate? It almost dies down. The quarrel doesn't happen, the argument does not happen, because if I shout at someone, the other person reciprocates. If the other person does not reciprocate at all, after a point of time, what ends is that I am actually screaming at a blanket wall, which means it's useless. So automatically the entire energy of screaming, shouting, or getting into an argument dies down. So what I mean here is, in case if you want to avoid such a certain kind of situations, avoidance is one more important factor where you can keep away yourself away. But then, avoiding is one thing, isolating is another. Isolating is a negative term which does not really help you become calm and reduce stress. It will rather increase your stress even more. There is a very thin line of difference between avoiding and isolating. Isolating is keeping yourself away from everything, just that you feel that you will be able to curb stress, you will be able to make yourself feel comfortable, but that's not the case. We'll do a quick exercise once again. So this, you'll be very happy. Okay, so this segment of the people will have to go and have a discussion, one-to-one discussion. You can pick up your favorite person out here in the room. Probably one or two less could be, because I see that the audience here is comparatively one or two less than the audience up here. And ask the other person your favorite, your wish or your hobbies or anything that you can keep, and you will get to know that, right? So what I request is, you can just decide whether you are a guest or a Toastmaster, doesn't matter.
Ask your favorite hobby to relieve stress.
Hobby? No, not really to test. Something which the person wants to know more about. So, for example, if Anandita does not know a few things about Kavya, she goes to Kavya and says, okay, Kavya, can you tell me where do you study or where do you work?
Anything.
Right? Anything out of nowhere you want to know about this person. Same way, the person whomsoever you are interacting with from this side, the same way that person will also have to ask the same question, and it has to be an interchangeability of ideas. Okay? So I'll give exactly 2 minutes to have an open-ended interaction between the two sides of the segment, and I'll randomly pick after that one of them from one participant from here, one participant from here, to understand whether whatever question that this person has asked, whether he or she knows about the other person or not, and that person will say yes or no. Are we aligned? Okay. So you can start this part of your audience, and you can choose your favorite pick, and you can go and ask the question. Okay.
Yeah, this is my second time.
First time I think I was moderate to go to this team.
Yeah, I was another year. So what was the first
Great. You can have an open-ended interaction.
Okay.
Like expressing myself has always been a little difficult for me, and in front of so many people, so I was a little self-conscious.
Is there anything that relate to your past anything that happened with you which is stopping you?
Not in the past, but seeing other people that I've been not able to speak well, and or I will start thinking something and not able to form my thoughts well.
What about language?
No. Just a little afraid to express myself. Are you comfortable to express?
Yes, anyone is so what are you doing to overcome this?
Like trying to interact with people more, and that's why coming here so that I can talk to people.
Somebody who you want to hear anything else you are doing?
I will software, IT. Yeah. Yeah, that I use, I connect, but not at a very good level.
Not at a friendly level.
Not any friendly level. Yeah, like we talk sometimes friendly also, but not very close.
Time up. Time up. I will request everyone to come back to their seats.
One way, right? One way, we have to understand one way.
Both ways. Time is up, so request everyone to come back to their own seats. Aman, please. Come down. Everyone, okay. I'm saying you can come back. Ridwan and Pulkit, you can take your seats. I have not been part of the discussion, but I'm sure that it was a fruitful one. We certainly exchanged a bit of ideas about each other. Although I could see that most of them were knowing each other while you were interacting, but never mind. At least there's a different perspective to sharing of ideas that came forward. Now I would request one participant from here, one participant from here. First, Zubair. Zubair, whom did you interact with? Akshita. Okay. So Zubair, one thing that you got to know about Akshita when you.
One thing that she is afraid of the speech.
She's afraid of
Speaking of presentation.
Okay.
Expressing, and she's working on it. She's trying to speak as much as you can with people who back people.
And now what I will do is, since Zubair said that he interacted with Akshita, and what he got to know is Akshita is scared about coming onto the stage to express herself. She wants to improve, and why don't we give her an opportunity to come on stage and share what she interacted with Zubair and what you got to know about it. You can come onto the stage because this is the platform, and I say that the more you grab hold of it, the more you learn. So you can share your bit about what you got to know about Zubair.
Hi everyone. So I want to focus on where that he is working in an IT company, Alex, and he has been here for 2 months. They coming here for 2 months, and he is also not very comfortable speaking on the stage like me, but he is also working on it. And that's.
Thank you so much. Let's have a big round of applause for her. And as well as Zubair, thank you so much for that lovely discussion that you had. Next, I would like to welcome the guest out there. What's your name? Yes. Anurag. Okay, Anurag, whom did you interact with? What's his name?
Rajan sir.
Rajan. Okay. So what did you exactly talk to them about? What did you share? Or what did you ask?
We have a suggestion about my issue, and we give me some guidance about how to solve my problem, and not interacting so much about it.
So Rajan gave you guidance about doing something. So certainly it came up as like you would have shared your problems with him as to what you're facing. So Rajan, what was it? What was that?
He is supposed to say that is summary. He owns so much summary. So he asked me, how did you overcome it? I told him that that's something of become a part of this club, take up rules, and all those.
Great. So Chandran, did you like it? Chandran and Anurag, did you like it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And now I'd like to have Farhan or Faisal, who did you interact with?
I met with Shivani.
Shivani. And
First time I met her, and
okay.
she's from Ottawa, and she's working here. And before talking to her, I was thinking that she's speaking good at me, and I will have been best friend of her. But actually, she was asking me a lot of questions. I could not get time to ask her and answer.
Okay. Fair. Shivani, what was the thing that you shared with him? Faisal. What was that thing that you asked him or you shared with him about yourself?
forgot. I just ask a normal questions like
What was the
where did he
question?
from,
What was the question?
where did he from, and what he's doing.
So you forgot
No. He is from Meerut, and he is working in. Matlab, he is a gym trainer, and he is a confident person, and his English is very well.
So whether it gave any tips of how she can join the gym and probably gain a little more weight?
I think when she will go to there and start with workout, definitely she will improve.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Chandan, whom did you interact with?
Yeah, I interacted with Mr. Naveen. Nitin there. So he has a very pleasant personality, and he works in Hitachi as an electrical engineer. He is excited, and so for some time I'll explain myself.
Thank you so much, Chandan. So did you feel something positive within you when you were having an interaction with a different person? Although you will get a networking session just after the table talking session that we are going to be witnessing now. But when you were talking to the other person, you certainly would have felt a little bit of comfort because the expression, the kind of discussion that you were having was not anywhere predefined. It was just about a casual discussion to know more about the person, how are they doing in life, and what is. So when there's a positive approach towards any kind of conversation towards the other person that you were talking with, it could be anyone, it could be even a stranger at times. It does help you to stay calm. Because a lot of time, all you need to do is just find a friend. Friend is not just defined as somebody whom you already know. It could be an anonymous person, it could be a stranger, it could be anyone. It does not have any age limit, it does not have a person who is already well defined with some kind of grade or something. You can talk to anyone, even your stress. To stay calm and enhance your inner powers, you need to find that special person. Here the special person was a person whom you were more comfortable having a conversation and exchanging with ideas. That is another way of reducing stress. With that, the second segment is even going to